Okay. So it is 11:05 right now. We are probably going to start as people start flowing in. Good Friday to everyone here. Thank you for turning up. So as usual, a short introduction. We do this currency call at 11 every day, where I go through different currency pairs. On Monday, I talk about Aussie and Kiwi. If you like that, give me a big thumbs up. Some people liked it, right? We had Euro on Tuesday. So I was looking at the Euro and also the Euro Pound. So Euro Pound is playing out quite nicely. But I do have an update for the Trader Club members on that coming up. I'll do that later. On Wednesday, we have Pound. Pound has been running quite nicely. I'll show you that chart later as well. Yesterday, we had yen and gold. So gold seems to be moving according to what I was talking about. And today we have CAD and oil, WTI. So we'll be talking about that, completing the week. And then next week we'll start all over again. So I see everyone's familiar name now. I'm not going to ask you whether this is your first time you have attended. Oh, I can't do any of my polls. Well, I seem to be logged in from another device. My polling session is inactive. I'm giving the evil eye to Jin Dao right now. So I don't know. Can anyone run the poll? John, can you seem to be running the poll? Okay. So John, can you help me run the poll of well, it's not their first time here. I know all of them. I see everyone's familiar names. So where did you come from? I know that as well. So we're not going to be running any of those polls. We only run the last poll later today. So just a quick disclaimer, I'll be sharing with you trade ideas. I'll be sharing with you my views of how I read the market, how I read the different trade opportunities, any economic news as well. So please do your own analysis. Don't, you can blindly follow, but understand that I could be wrong as well. These are projections, so projections do have the chance of being wrong. There's no 100%. What you can do also is you can put into the chat any questions you have, and one of the guys will let me know that there's a question, and then I can answer them as they come up. We had very good questions yesterday, talking about the Aussie yen, talking about the Kiwi yen, talking about all different kinds of currency pairs and policies as well. So I really enjoyed the session yesterday. Let's see if anyone else flows in. We are also on Facebook Live in the Forex Trading Asia group. Looking at all my regular viewers here. If you can help me out, click share onto your own timeline, and then that would be awesome. That'd be fantastic. We can get more people in here, and let's get started. All right. First one up is CAD. Don't worry, I see all of you are Trader Club members, so I'm not going to be telling you too much about Traders Club, just a little bit. All right, but we'll start off with looking at the charts. CAD, US CAD on a daily time frame, it looks terrible. That's a very bad way to sum up the chart, but it looks terrible. It's sitting in that range right now. It's been bouncing off this 1.3955 level, and in between the 1.4194 or 1.42 level, right? So it's been bouncing in this range for a very long time, mainly because we've been seeing, some weakness and some strength in the US dollar. We've been seeing the CAD, try to be weaker, but then because of the US dollar counteracting the impact of the CAD, it seems to be bouncing in that range right now. No real stimulus, no real policy to be pushing in any direction. So, you can see the lines I've been drawing, up and down. It hasn't really done any of that. It's actually been sitting in that range quite well. At this point, I'm not going to be super adventurous. I think that the CAD is likely to come back and test that support level again. I don't actually think it will break below that range of the 1.3955 range. maybe the lower bound of that range would be 1.3880. Right, so that range is probably going to hold. We do have one biggish US news tonight. So, I think that later today we could see it move up a little bit before coming back down tonight. So it's still going to be in that range. Nothing too exciting for the CAD at the moment. That's on the daily time frame. On the H4, we can see that based on the price action and the indicators, it looks like it's trying to come down, but I also think that as much as it's trying to come down, it probably will sit at this level. It probably comes slightly lower, sit at a 1.400 level before tonight, and possibly come back down a little bit. So it's still in that range. Only stimulus is the retail sales and the core retail sales data coming out tonight, which I'll tell you more about shortly. Okay, so you can see that I'm not super interested in the CAD at the moment. You could make some small pips here and there, but it's probably a little bit of too hard work, I would say. Okay, so while I look at the CAD, I also look at WTI because oil is highly correlated to how the CAD moves. So there is some correlation, but what you see in WTI now on a daily time frame, I don't actually look at the WTI on a smaller time frames apart from daily. Right now, it has slowly moved up towards the 28.85 resistance level. If it does break this point, we could see it move. I don't think it'll go back up to 50. It probably could go, the next level would be about 35. However, at this point, it seems to be quite a strong level. Most likely, I think that it could go up to this point and then start turning back down again. So 28.85 probably is quite topish. I do believe that at that point, we could see it turn back down with my indicators and some price action hesitating, consolidating at that resistance. So possible downward move again from there. Okay, so if you are trading oil, I probably would advise you not to, right? Quite straightforward is if you are trading oil, I'll probably advise you not to at this moment. But, I think that although the upside might seem attractive, it might be quite limited. I think that the more possible move is off this 28.85 level and downwards. We could see a slightly better risk reward trade at that point with 46 to 59 there. So that seems like a probably better play, looking for it to come down because, although they have cut some supply of oil, it hasn't been such significant numbers that we could see massive upward move. And the demand is still very low at this point in time. Okay, so I'll jump into the news triggers that could move prices, right? Nothing much happening today. Euro at 2 p.m., German GDP is likely to move the euro a little bit because Germany is a major economy in the Eurozone. So, coming at 0%, expected minus 2.2, we could see about minus 2 to a minus 2.4 kind of number or minus 2.6 kind of number. So expect to see a little bit of weakness in the euro dollar, especially in the euro currency. However, that's not going to be a major driver of price. I think that at 8:30 tonight, we could see more price movements as retail sales number go from minus 8.7 to possibly minus 12, right? And core retail sales from minus 4.5 to possibly minus 8.6. However, what I notice here is that these numbers are not as massive. The expectation it's not as massive as those employment numbers we had previously, right? So previous employment numbers coming from the US was not so bad, and then they expected like twice as bad an expectation, and then it comes out not as bad as they expected. So the retail sales number here, I think, if it comes out it could come out at more than -12. Because at -8 to -12, we're only talking about 4%. It could come out at even even a -16, right? I'm doing a bit of a guess here, but it could come out worse than expected, which could lead to quite a significant US dollar weakness. If it comes out at -12 or anything better than -12, we could see actually some US dollar strength because everyone's pricing in weakness. If it comes out as not as bad as expected, then we could see it turn the other way, some US dollar strength. But I'm expecting to see quite a bad number coming from the US at this point. So some US dollar weakness coming out at this point. All right. So no real drivers apart from the retail sales tonight. Yesterday I did look at news coming up next week. I'll do another quick recap. On Tuesday, we have Powell testifying to the Treasury Secretary. So that might be interesting on Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Okay, that might give some action to the US dollar. Wednesday, nothing much happening. Governor from the Bank of England speaking, testifying as well. So something to pay attention to at night on Wednesday. Wednesday night at 9:30, there could be some pound movement. Aussie Reserve Bank panel discussion, probably not going to move that much in the morning for that one. We have PMI for Thursdays, PMI for US on Thursday as well, pound and US on Thursday. Friday morning, we have Powell, probably not going to move. I don't think that one's going to move that much. The Fed listens event, right? It's going to talk about how the COVID-19 virus has impacted the currency or impacted the economy. That probably wouldn't move it that too much. Then on Friday, we have pound and Eurozone news. So, a lot of speaking coming from central bankers next week. So I think that markets are probably going to consolidate a little bit next week with big jumps or bigger jumps as they start speaking during the sessions. So we will give you the updates as that come along in Traders Club. So a quick pitch about Traders Club, LCMS Traders Club on Facebook, private group, join us there if you haven't already. It is $49 a month or $199 a year. $199 a year is less than $1 a day. If you're serious about your trading, join for a year, right? Signals that we provide in Telegram. Some of you came from Telegram channel. They are published on the Traders Club first, right? So it's published there first with analysis about why we enter the trades, the background behind entering the trades, the trend, the support, resistance, the indicators leading to why we enter those trades. Okay, and what are the news coming up, when to get out of your charts, when to get out of your trade at TP1, TP2, or TP3. The updates are all there as well, right? So, well, if it hits stop loss, we'll tell you it hits stop loss as well. Analysis about trades that could come up, a double top is happening in the pound, US dollar, in the euro, what's happening. So a lot of analysis. I spoke about gold yesterday, and I did a quick update about gold breaking above a possible consolidation, so it could get to 1850, and also about euro pound breaking at consolidation. Trader Club members, I will give you an update on that trade. Do catch that update. There was an update yesterday, but a newer update is coming up soon. Some ideas that I just gathered over looking at the charts just then. Kenneth does an update again at 9 p.m. every night about the trade ideas I discuss about the currencies in the morning. So just to refresh you and to let you know whether it's still valid at night. and then a lot of other polls and information. You know, you ask questions, and any information you need, you get it at Traders Club. All right. So join that if you haven't already. I want to jump back, right? I want to jump back into the trades here. We've talked about, let me just check the chat. I see the chat bouncing away. We've talked about, Lewis is asking, could there be a pattern like a descending wedge? Which chart are you looking at, Lewis? Lewis is looking at a pound US dollar. Okay. All right. So Lewis read my mind. I was going to talk to you about a pound US dollar. Pound US, when we did it earlier in the week on Wednesday, right? I drew that line saying that it's going to come to this point and possibly bounce back up. You know, it looks like I haven't moved the line. I tell you, I haven't moved the line, but it has traveled nicely along that brown line that I've drawn. Now with the MACD possibly crossing up with some movements into the overbought area, we could see some movements moving up, especially tonight if we see a weaker US dollar. So I'm actually really happy about that, you know, with the price moving along that brown line that I've drawn earlier this week. So that's something to pay attention to. In terms of Louis' question, a descending wedge on the daily time frame. No, I wouldn't say there's a pattern developing there at this point, Louis. All right. And then the next one I wanted to share with you is gold. Gold looks to be breaking, hasn't broken yet, looks to be breaking the 1730 level. So if it does break above that consolidation of 1730, we could see it move towards the 1850 and possibly higher as well. But wait for that to happen. In terms of Euro Pound, I will update the Trader Club members about that as well. Okay, so this session has been quite short and sharp, nothing much to talk about in terms of the CAD. In terms of the CAD, you know, it's been ranging quite in a non-exciting range. Oil is also sitting at a resistance level now. You know, any questions you have for me at this point? Any questions? Any questions? If not, this would be a very, very short and sharp session. No, you're all happy? Everyone's good? John, can you hear me? Or anyone help me launch the review poll, please? So we launch a poll on what you thought of this session. Do you like a longer session or a shorter session? Put it in the chat, tell me. Get to the point and get it done. Hello. Longer. Louis likes it longer. Longer. I have nothing else to say about the session though. I've only that much to say about a CAD which doesn't move that much and a oil that's sitting at a resistance. Robbie thinks it's just right. All right, high five, Robbie. High five. Melvin thinks it's just nice, just nice. All right, I like all of you who thinks it's just right. Actually, Alex, I do a summary. I actually wouldn't want to do a summary because then everyone's going to turn up only on Friday and not turn up on the other days to watch the thing live. So I do catch back on summaries for whatever I think is super interesting or super important. However, you know, I do think that it'd be more valuable if you catch the session every day. It is also recorded, so if you can't make it at 11 o'clock, you can watch it when you jump onto YouTube or jump onto Facebook, and you can watch it there as well. All right. Are you guys launching the poll? Is it up or? Oh, okay. I don't see it. I'm a ghost. All right. So if that's it, you know, I think that there's not much trades to do in this afternoon session. We could see a little bit of activity tonight at 8:30. But don't get overexcited to jump into a trade. Remember, trade safe, trade well, go for the high probability trade. Those Trader Club members, look out for my updates. And also I encourage you to keep posting questions, charts, and any other things you need help with, put it up there and then we can guide you through your trading journey as well. Alrighty. In the meantime, trade safe, trade well, and take care. Stay home. Bye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Eric. Thanks, Ty. Thanks, Robbie. Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Jean. Thanks, Frankie. Thanks, Amy. Thanks, Junwei. Thinking thanks to everyone. Alrighty, see ya. Bye-bye.